Yo, people, lateness is greatness. You already know what time it is. Welcome back to All You Can Eat Chelsea. Big up to the casting crew back again. It's been a good week. I mean, since we last spoke, and since then I've done absolutely nothing. I mean, literally nothing. I've not been online. I don't know what's going on. I don't even know my ass from my head right now. And I'm trying to find slow mode as well before the spammers come in. I don't know if you found it is for your channel for the streams. It's a beautiful thing. It really is. Bro, slow mode.
I did slow mode the other day, but for some reason I can't seem to locate it all the time in YouTube Studio. Like it doesn't show up on the on the edits. Yeah. And yesterday I got ripped apart by spammers, man. And then it kind of like takes your mind away from what you were gonna say because you're too focused on the spammers.
It's frustrating.
Unless you get yourself hardcore mods. You know, that are there, like literally, they're not even listening to you, they're just watching the comments.
See, my mods, my mods are there, but it's just like, these guys are relentless. They come and they make like 15 different accounts and they just go for it. And it's like, I've never seen such dedication in my life. I'm like, there's no way I could expect any mod to be able to keep up with this. So I just shut it down now. So I'm on it now. But I mean, Miz, how have you been, bro? Like we were saying backstage, not much, international breaks been taking place for us in terms of actually watching the games. I personally just find it way too boring to engage. But how have you? What have you seen? What have you explored this break here?
Bro, I've explored zero. I've done zero exploration, nada, zilch, nothing, because I can't. I mean, look, people know I follow Germany when it comes to international matches, but they've played Liechtenstein, Armenia, Iceland. Wow. Let me watch those games straight away. I mean, it's incredible, man. I can't get into all of these. I just can't be asked, to be honest. Honestly, I've seen highlights. I've tried get into the act with Twitter, sort of banter and whatnot, but that's about it, man. It's annoying. I'm so glad that is it over. Like, is there more games tomorrow, or are we done with international for the time being, or is there more games?
We're done. We're done for now.
Yeah.
Oh, so yeah, God.
We've got 4 weeks until the next one.
Oh.
Or 3 weeks.
So 4 weeks until we go into sleep again.
Yeah.
So
we've got two international breaks, one in October, one in November, and they just continuously break up the flow of our season. Not only because Chelsea are great right now, so we're actually pleasant to watch. If this was an Arsenal fan, you'd be like, oh, brilliant, international breaks. You keep pausing.
They loved it.
Yeah.
They loved it.
Do you know what I mean?
They got some points in the international break.
But for us, it's just like ruining the momentum. It ruins the momentum for the team, ruins the momentum on YouTube, ruins the momentum everywhere. Oh. I mean, Younes, I saw you took a little break. I was on live on Instagram and they were like, where are you? Because Younes is taking a break as well. And this is becoming ridiculous now. Everybody's just leaving. Lewis is gone as well. I was like, you know what? Yeah, we should have a group chat for all the YouTubers. Just all take a break at the same time. Just leave no content up. There's no content up on this platform.
Everyone at the same time. There'll be a drought. A Chelsea YouTube drought.
But you know, one person would just like, I'm not going to take that break. And then everybody else goes on break. That one person just feasts.
Literally.
Do you know what? I was thinking I probably wouldn't take a break, but as soon as you left Matisse last Thursday, I had my stream after, and then I said to my people, "Yep, I think I will go as well now." I didn't do any live streams, but I had like sort of pre-recordings that I was just posting out just to keep people a bit entertained on the channel. But yeah, I think most of the fans as well were,
out.
That's the thing. That's the thing. That's where I saw it was the best time to at least take some sort of break, because even if you upload, You know that there's going to be less interaction. There's a lot of people that have switched off from football completely because it's the perfect time to do so. So we might as well just all take a little break. You know, I think that was the first long break I've taken since I started the channel. I've taken like 1 day off. I think like once I'd done 2 days. I've never done 3 days. So
it's incredible though, isn't it? Like in the normal world, like taking 3 days off is normal at some point. Like you get a month off in your year. Yeah. We just continuously go on and on and on and on. And we're like, hold on a second. I ain't seen the sun in like 5 weeks. What the hell's going on here? I ain't even seen the sun. It's been inside all day. It's quite ridiculous, honestly. I don't know how we do it. But moving on, I mean, listen, Werner grabbed a few goals. I know you saw the highlights, Miz. I still haven't seen the highlights. I really, it doesn't matter who's playing. I'm only wearing this top because I like the look of it, not because I actually care about what's been going on. I got this top for the Euros, and I
got the training one because the main one ran out, didn't it?
I don't know what happened. Saj ordered them.
Okay. I was about to say, I don't know what happened. I remember during the Euros, the home kit got sold out literally because England were doing so well. Boom. And then the away one, the away one first, because it looked so nice. As soon as like everyone plowed onto it, it was sold out and they stopped making them. I was like, we can't keep up. Like, just stop. And then everyone went to that because it's a training top. Next best thing.
Oh God! But
timely though, Matisse. Apparently, Harry Kane scored a screamer.
I did. Actually, I've seen a glimpse of that. Yeah, long range shooter. Yeah.
Was it a really good goal? Yeah.
Yeah, it was nice.
It was nice. To be fair though, the defender was blocking the goalkeeper's view.
Yeah.
But good goal, very good goal. Did you watch the game? Did you watch England?
I didn't watch it.
No. I didn't even know England were playing.
You're a top Englishman, mate.
He represents his country really well.
England!
This is why he said during the Euros, I only come in like the semi-final.
Oh yeah, seriously.
See?
Yeah. Like I only start to like care right at the end of the tournament, like semi-final, final. I can't bring myself to care before that, honestly. And I only care when it gets to that point because I know there could potentially be a big piss up in London and on top of buses and stuff like that. So that's why I'm excited, not really because I care. So yeah,
I can just imagine like Matisse being on a hibernation during the international break, and then all of a sudden he just wakes up, England, and like the whole street's just quiet. Like, mate, England's not playing. Like, they're not on at the moment.
I'm looking in the chat, right? Because again, I didn't watch the Germany game, so I'm just gonna go in with a blank canvas and not know anything. Like I actually, which is actually the situation. He scored goals on international break, but I'm still seeing slander. What's going on? Did something happen,
mate? Yeah, go on, Miz. Because I saw your tweet and that made me realize what happened. So
look, I didn't. I was that the tweet that I posted out was not slander, but there were some comments that were like, take a break. Come on, Miz, give him a break, and this and that. And my tweet was that. It was such an incredible miss once again. Like it was, and this is something I'm going to talk about on my channel very soon. I mean, we've literally gone from about a week ago when the international break started that Timo Werner should start with Lukaku. Every dog and cat out there in social media was saying, Werner Lukaku against Aston Villa, Werner Lukaku against Aston Villa, because Timo Werner, I think, scored against Liechtenstein. He scored against Armenia as well. There was an assist against Armenia as well. And okay, fair enough. Then yesterday, I saw just the goals highlights. Oh my God, boys, you won't understand. You can't miss that. There is no one in the goals. It's empty, it's open, and it's there for you to just eat it up. And
absolutely.
For some reason, Timo always seems to be in this awkward body position. He's either falling down or he's too early in a particular position when the ball's not even there, and then he has to over-adjust himself. Whatever the case, look, he misses. And I said that I'm happy he's scored all these goals in the international break. Fantastic. Hopefully it does bring out a lot of, brings up his confidence. But I'm worried because when he misses, boys, his misses are like humongous. They're monumental misses. They're huge misses.
Yeah.
So I just hope that he doesn't carry that to Chelsea as well. And I'm just worried that, boy, if you miss like that for Chelsea,
to be fair, he's lucky he scored. In the end, he did score. So
yeah, but did you see the goal, Younes? How he scored?
I've just seen the miss, and holy shit! How do you miss that?
Yeah.
Like seriously, I would have tapped that in, and I'm shit right now.
This is the thing. You know, there's a few people, and you see in the comments now, and I saw it yesterday. With what I see as an excuse, the ball jumped. I'm sorry, no, the ball didn't bobble. If the ball bobbled, fair enough. If the ball is going flat on the pitch and it bobbles, you can't control that. Go and watch that replay again. The ball is passed across. It takes one little bounce, about 2.5 meters away from Timo Werner. It's a standard. It happens. You pass the ball. It's literally taken one little hover over the surface of the pitch, taken one little bounce and gone straight to Timo Werner. You're finishing that. I'm sorry. At that level, there's no excuse. I'm sorry. No, it's not a bubble. The thing is, though, it was a standard little normal bump on the pitch. It wasn't a bubble. That you got to tap that in.
The thing is, though, this is why it's so difficult for me to engage in these games. You're playing Armenia and Iceland. No disrespect. Respectfully, this is not the level of competition we're coming up against in the Premier League. So even if you are scoring in these games, this is the equivalent of scoring against Championship or League One teams. So I can't take it seriously.
Put it this way, Matisse. We're playing Aston Villa next. Aston Villa is beating Liechtenstein, Armenia, and Iceland. Aston Villa is beating them. Do you know what I mean? And we're playing Aston Villa next. So I'm happy Timo Werner scored. Don't get me wrong, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Lord, for Timo Werner for scoring.
And 3 goals in 3. Fair play. 3 goals in 3.
3 goals in 3. So kudos to Timo Werner. Hopefully the confidence is up. But I think what Matisse is trying to allude here is that these are such Mickey Mouse games. When you miss like that, that's what gets magnified a lot more, because you can't be missing that. You really
Ganabri's just like this, just cooking, taking the piss. I can't take it seriously. I can't. There's no way. It's incredible. So yeah,
Havertz missed as well, by the way.
Apparently Havertz missed a sitter as well. I haven't seen that either. What happened? Was that a bad one as well?
Yeah, it was not as bad as Timo's, but at least the keeper was in the box. Like he was in the he was protecting the goal.
Our standards are on the floor here.
Do you know what I mean? There was a keeper, as you know, there was a keeper. Whereas for Werner, there was nothing, even
open goal, man.
It was just emptiness.
I was relieved when I saw him score in that last minute, but as you said, it was I think one of the most scruffiest goals. You know where you're clawing like onto something and you don't want to let it go, and you're just like, I just need this. I think this little bit. That's what happened.
I honestly think Havertz probably blew that in. Like, get in now,
cross the line, quick.
Oh man, I'm seeing some of these goals, man. Jesus Christ! All right, well, we'll move on because this is just depressing. this is international football is just trash.
I hope he just leaves that in Germany. Yeah, whatever missing thing he's got going on, he doesn't bring it on the plane.
Did you guys read Adam Newson's article on Timo Werner? I think 4 days ago, where he talks
I haven't seen nothing since you last saw me. I've seen nothing.
Oh, fair enough. Let me give you a total recall now, Jermaine. Like, bring you up to date.
Just catch me up, because I have no idea what's going on.
So Adam Newson, I think about 4 days ago, put an article about Timo Werner, how he needs to start and he could be the ace in our title challenge and whatnot. Good article. I mean, this is what journalists do. They got to produce articles, fair enough. But there was a particular point in that article where I didn't notice this quote previously, but apparently on May, Timo Werner, when he was speaking to whoever, said that last time when he was in that international break. And remember the miss against Macedonia that he had? That incredible miss that he had. Apparently that really messed with him. Like he said, he carried that. He brought that back to Chelsea. And
how could he not?
Yeah.
See, that's the thing. And then he was saying the pressure was getting to him because he was the main striker and he was expected to score goals, da-di-da-di-da. And that's why I'm worried that this dude missed a big one again. I know he scored goals, 3 goals, but I just hope that he can just erase that. And because I think he's probably going to start against Aston Villa, to be honest. I think he will start because everyone else is, either...
Should he start? Maybe. I mean, who do we have available for that Villa game? Should he really be starting that game? Has he done enough over this period of goals that he's got? Is that enough to make him start against Villa?
Younes?
I mean, it's difficult. It depends how we set up because who are you going to drop? Are you dropping Havertz? Are you dropping Mason Mount? Are you? We know Pulisic's going to be out. It seems like at least for the Villa game. But
is Ziyech fit? If Ziyech is fit, I think Ziyech deserves to start. Ziyech didn't go away for the internationals, obviously, because he had a bust out with his manager. I think Ziyech deserves to start.
So there's that. But it depends if we go with let's say a 2 up top, if we go with 1 up top against Aston
I'd love to
Villa,
see Rom, Kai and Ziyech. I'd love to see that.
What's the story with Rom? With his minor thigh injury or something that he's going to get a scan?
I think he'll be fine. I think he'll be fine. We'll see, though. We'll see. You never know, but I think he'll be fine. It did seem like that article that came up and said that he's a doubt went on to say that it's actually not as bad as the headline of that article.
It was Nizar. It was Nizar. Classic Nizar. Clickbait.
Proper clickbait. So
they're saying Pulisic has a slight ankle injury. We're going to get more info on it when he gets back to London. The severity of it, bro. This guy always gets injured. No stopping.
Oh, man. Don't know what to say about Pulisic. I think honestly, it's getting to a point where if he plays less than 60% of the games, Christian Pulisic this season, this is his 3rd season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am starting to run out of patience with the fitness now. I'm not going to lie, because I've always said personally, you cannot build up any sort of consistent performance if you are consistently getting injured. It's impossible. It is impossible for you to consistently be on form, especially at that age. If you was a bit older in your prime and you know how to deal with your injuries, and every time you come back, you bang, and then you get injured and you come back and you bang. But at his age where he's still developing, you cannot build up consistent performance. And the position that he plays, you can acquire some of the best players in the world. This is the thing. This is not a position where it's just like, we'll just leave that. Just, it is what it is. Everybody that plays in that position is a game decider type player. Do you know what I mean? We could have brought in a Sancho. You guys know I love a Sancho, even though, his Man United career got off to a rocky start, but it is what it is. I think he would be brilliant in our system under our manager. You need someone with durability who's fit and ready to play football. This is the key here. So my patience is dwindling a little bit. He's still young, but if he
imagine Chiesa, Matisse. Imagine Chiesa.
Do you know what I mean? If he keeps getting these injuries, we're gonna have to take a look in the summer. We are. This season is huge for him. As I said, it was huge for Hudson-Odoi as well. That's why I was starting to think towards the end of the window, actually, if Hudson-Odoi goes out on loan, this might not be the worst thing, because this is a huge season for Hudson-Odoi. And it's a huge season for Ziyech as well. Got off to a very good start in pre-season, then he got injured as well. For those 3 huge seasons, Kai is going to have a lot of time because he's, the record side, and he's very young. Mason Mount's fine. He's one player of the year. Lukaku's fine. Obviously, he's in his prime. We know what he can do. But Ziyech, Pulisic, Hudson-Odoi, all 3 of them this season, they have whoever doesn't have it. They're in competition with each other, because whoever doesn't have a serious season, we got to take a look at where you're going. You got to go somewhere. Yeah. So, do you know what I mean? It's a difficult one for me, because I love the player. I love the personality. Came back early for Lampard's tenure. Came back early to train. Seems like a very nice guy. Loads of ability, but just fitness-wise, just appalling at this point. And really, anytime he gets injured, I always fear the worst. It's never just a little niggle where it's just like a couple days. It's always weeks with this brother, every single time. I mean, Younes, what about you? How do you feel about this injury situation again? We've got quite a few players in our squad like this, don't we?
We do. Pulisic, though, is the one with the highest profile, I think, or the highest potential in terms of actually becoming one of the main players in the team. He has that in him, but it's just it keeps hitting some sort of roadblock. You know what it reminds me of? I don't know why this analogy just popped into my head.
Yeah, well, what a comment, bro. What a comment.
You know what? It's so true. You just dunk him into the tea and he just disintegrates every time. Like, if you leave him in the tea too long, just disintegrates. And you're like, this is a quality combination here, tea and biscuit, but you got to time it with him, because if you leave him in there,
and it doesn't taste bad. It tastes decent.
Yeah,
it disintegrates.
Yeah,
that's a top analogy. I don't think we're going to top that.
Yeah.
I had the analogy in my head of, any of you watch Hell's Kitchen?
Oh yes,
yeah.
Yes.
You know, when it gets to the latter stages and there's like 3 or 4 chefs left, and one's got to go home.
Yeah,
you know?
That's basically what this is. Yeah,
and then it's like, black jacket, but Gordon's like, you've got everything that you need to become a top chef. You're just not ready. But jacket. Good luck. Yeah, it's that sort of thing. Like, he's got everything, he's just not there, and it's because these injuries keep popping up. So yeah, I hope it's not serious. I hope it's nothing bad, and I hope it's the last one of the season. If this is the last one and he remains on a consistent amount of form in terms of fitness, cool. But if it keeps popping up again, then we might have to make.
Do you know what's so infuriating as well? Do you know what's so infuriating is the fact that we've seen him at his best. We know what he looks like when he's on his best form, but unfortunately, we can't get that more often because he's always injured. So it's like you're teasing someone. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like someone's flirting with you, but they're out of reach. That's basically what this is. Do you know what I mean? It's ridiculous at this point. It's something that, honestly, personally, after this season, I don't think I can deal with it anymore. It's just because I need to see a front three. You look at Liverpool, right? They're front three, bar one. You know what I mean? You look at Man City, as well. You kind of know what their attack's going to look like, even though they kind of don't have a striker at the moment. But in their title-winning seasons, you know what their forward line is going to look like. It's just lovely having this rotation, but only if we've actually got players playing well. Not because we need this rotation because everyone's always injured. That's not the type of rotation I'm looking for. Like, Ziyech just hit some form, but then he's got injured, so now we have to use Pulisic. But then Pulisic, is kind of looking decent, but then he gets injured as well. That's not the type of... I'm looking for rotation where people are actually fit and ready to challenge for the positions. That's what I would like to see, personally.
Do you reckon, Matisse, just quickly on that, and Younes as well, I don't know if you guys... I used to watch a bit of NBA a while back, not in recent times. Do you guys know a player called Derrick Rose? Used to play for the Bulls a long time ago. Obviously, he doesn't play for Bulls anymore.
No, I don't know.
Explosive player, Derrick Rose. Just explosive, so good. Had unbelievable potential, unbelievable ceiling. And
was he during Michael Jordan's time or after?
No, after. Okay. But thing about Derrick Rose was that he the way he drove with the ball and whatnot, every time he'd clip someone, he'd get injured and then gone. He's done for like 3 months, 4 months, whatnot. But in recent times, I don't know about the recent situation, but like since the last time I heard, when he's come back, he's sort of refined his game to the point where he's understood that he can't be as explosive as he wants to be because his body won't allow him to do that. Do you feel Pulisic maybe needs to be in that mold where, I know you're fast, my brother, I know you're very good at dribbling, I know, but maybe pick and choose when you want to be that and
he has to
avoid the knocks. Yeah, like avoid the knocks from the players.
Imagine having
I don't know, like, is that something that he can do?
That's something that you do when you're older. Like at 22 years old, to have to refine your game. That is that's scary thought. Do you know what I mean? He's 22 and he's already got to change it. That's a red flag. Do you know what I mean? That is a massive, massive red flag. That's a huge one. That's a huge red flag if that's the case. But I agree with you though. He might have to change his game. Because if you look at the way his lower half is built, and you look at Hazard, right, who took loads of knocks in the Premier League, their calves, they're just not the same. The lower half of their body is not the same. Like Hazard had a bunda, and he would bounce that bunda off of others to his advantage. So anytime someone came in, he would just get off the ground a little bit, bounce the bunda up, and just bounce off of them, and then just keep running. But like everybody laughs, but like it's a genuine technique. Yaya Toure was hardcore on it for the Athletic over the Euros. He was like, Hazard is
center of gravity as well.
Yeah, but he's like Hazard
used his ass
using his ass
to protect. Yeah,
to protect him. So either Pulisic needs to go into the gym and do some squats and get an ass, And then he needs to go and get some calves because his legs are looking very, very skinny. They're looking very skinny, looking like very look like.
No, this is serious. Honestly,
like
this
sticks.
is serious talk.
Yeah, no, seriously, they look like sticks. And in the Premier League, you can't be looking with them like you look at Wilfried Zaha, you look at Eden Hazard. All these guys, they're built. They're built in a certain type of way with their lower half. So he needs to go and do some squats, get an arse. Do you know what I mean? And then he also needs to go and get some calves as well.
Look at Jack Grealish, bro.
Look at Jack Grealish again, another durable winger. Look at the size of his calves. His calves are bigger than my head. Do you know what I mean? That's what you need. Like, if you're gonna come with that skinny leg thing, you need to go to Bundesliga or you need to go somewhere where they're nice, where they treat you nicely, where they spoon feed you and give you. Oh, I was gonna tackle you, but hey, mate, friends. Do you know what I mean?
Here's a red carpet for you. Dribble away.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Bundesliga, they just let you run all over the place like it's a mess. Here, they'll clamp you down. How am I going to allow you to go up against Ben Mee and man them like that with them legs? It's just not possible. They're going to kill you, bro. Burnley.
Ben Mee.
Sean Dyche is literally... I remember one time, I think it was a Burnley game where Pulisic was training. He came on to do the training pre-match and then he got injured during the pre-match and then he went back
last
off.
season. Yeah.
I was like, bro, the game didn't even kick off.
Got injured by the air.
Bro, the game didn't even kick off yet, and brother was already out. That's like me preparing a meal and not turning the oven on, and then coming to sit down with my plate of food, and it's cold. It's like we didn't even get started.
Honestly, no, Eden Hazard, for example, because he's a really good example. He came from Lille, and you could see that he was thinner. Had all the skill and everything to do what he had to do, but physically he wasn't there. It took him one summer.
Yes.
Summer. Yeah.
Talking about
literally, we finished his first season.
Yeah.
He went away one summer. Am I right in saying that was when Jose returned? When Jose returned, literally that summer, Hazard came back after that. Soon we started the season, you could just see he put on mass. And he put on mass on his legs as well as his upper body. But
you know what, Younes?
Legs,
he didn't lose pace. Like
he did
not
lose
lose
pace.
pace.
He just became more explosive.
But this is what I'm saying.
That took him one summer. Pulisic, as you said, has been here for 3 years, man. There's no excuse at this point. There's no excuse. You knew coming into the Premier League that it was going to be more physical. I'll let you off one season. You got to put in the work during the summer to put yourself in a physical condition for you to cope the season after. 3 seasons later, if you're still the same.
That's what I'm saying. How have you been here for 3 years and you don't have Kim Kardashian's backside yet? How? How? Make it make sense.
But you have to look at Mount during that time, Matisse. How much
Mount's transformed.
Mount has transformed. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Mount used to be like this.
Yeah, he was a twig. Yeah. He was literally my finger. This was Mason Mount in his first season. And
look
now
at the pictures in his first season when he started under Lampard. And look at him now.
Different
body types. Two different bodies.
But why are we still seeing Pulisic with the same body type 3 years later in this league? I don't understand. It's like we've got a team of fitness coaches, a medical. Are they not looking at his body type and thinking, okay, maybe we need to train you here and get something different because this is not working? Surely someone must be doing 1 + 1 = 2 at this point when you had Hazard at the club. Like, what the hell? I've actually got food. Listen, I'm going to eat on all you can eat Chelsea. If Pulisic, you don't want to eat, I'll eat. Do you know what I mean? I'm going to get my food. Sneaky suspicion Rudiger to Real Madrid on a free. You
know what? Good discussion point. I'm worried about this, boys. I'm really worried about this one.
I'm not,
What? Okay. Why though? Why, Younes? Why aren't you worried?
Yo, Younes, talk up. What's wrong with you?
Younes is like, I didn't expect Miz to just put me in the front seat.
He's world class. How can you not be worried? He's world class. He's one of the best defenders in the world right now.
No, I'll tell you why. Yeah, I don't think he'll go. I think it's a case. You know what? I've done my last 2 videos had him in it, yeah, and talking about him. I mean, not him personally. I wish I did, but him being talked about, right? day before yesterday, I entertained the idea of the fact that, there's something there. Contract negotiations are slow at the moment. And I was asking why? Had some good comments come through from a lot of people. And then yesterday, there was somewhere that came out and said, you know what? It's to do with his salary because he's not on as much money as he should be. And I thought, okay, cool, no problem. There's no way that Chelsea won't give him a deserving salary after the season he's had under Tuchel, and Tuchel wants to keep him, and the club know that. I don't see him going. I think eventually Chelsea will offer him a new deal. The money will be cool. He'll accept. He'll sign. He'll stay. Surely he'll get what he deserves. Surely.
I wanna. It's a good point, Younes, that you talked about the salary. I just want to bring something up, right? See if I can share this with you guys.
I'm gonna do a new fitness series on my channel, gym series, and it's gonna be build 'em Pulisic or something like that. I'm gonna name it after Pulisic, and I'm gonna be like, do as I.
Matisse is going to start a series called Surpassing Pulisic, where his physical stature is going to be better than Pulisic in a year from now.
I'm telling you, I'm going to start a series. If we're gonna, me and Pulisic will do this together. All right, we'll do this together. Fuck it. We'll try this together.
Matisse.
Yeah. 100%. Does it? I'm just going to fly through these super chats just before I bring that up on the screen. Does it worry you that we don't have a backup left side centre back? Well, the initial hope was Tomori, and then it was Mark Gurhey, and now it's Levi Colwill. So I'm just going down the list of names and hoping that at some point one of them is going to actually get in the team and be that guy where, hey, welcome, and you're the successor. So that's why I'm guessing Younes isn't as worried as maybe the next person as well, is because there's some youth coming through. I mean, if Rudiger does go, he's going to be a huge loss. Let's not cap, because the personality in the shithousery that he's shown against Luis Suarez and things like that, like you can't even purchase that. You can't buy that type of shithousery. Even in the Leicester game at home where we lost the final of the FA Cup, and then the following game, him and Mendy was moving like a Leicester girl, just like waving his arms about, trying to like whack people in the face in that fight. It's like you can't buy that type of stuff. So we're going to miss that character in the defense. But in terms of up and coming talent in that role, and also just the fact that, listen, he can't earn the most in the squad, so we have to have limits. If he wants to cake it and take advantage of the situation, he has every right to. But we can't. We have to have a limit on how much we're going to give him. So,
what is he on now?
Not a clue. Let me check.
This is what I'm going to bring. So if Matisse, if you want to share that just quickly.
Let's see.
So, guys, I don't think this is the latest, but I think it's as accurate as you can get for the time being.
That is right, except Lukaku is obviously on about 310 or 320. Yeah,
this one doesn't have Lukaku as yet, so that's why
the rest is accurate. I've seen that before,
But I think this looks right because I used it for Barcelona as well, and they looked pretty damn accurate. So Kante 290, I think he was our top earner.
Werner's on what?
Lukaku. Yeah, Timo Werner's on 272k a week.
Yeah, we thought he was going to be banging in 40 goals a season.
And Christian Folks the other day, I think, tweeted as well that he's earning big bucks, and he then put true. I hate when Christian Folks.
I hate that as well. Yeah, that's the only one.
It's not even cool.
And you know what, Younes and Matisse, he tagged Timo Werner as well when he said he earns this much, and he tagged. I'm like, bro, why are you why are you doing that? Anyway,
someone lock off Werner's.
Poor Antonio Rudiger is on 100,000. These are the players that are in front of him. Silva, Giroud obviously gone. Jorginho, Hudson-Odoi 120,000 and Rudiger.
I'm starting to clock why Rudiger's angry,
Yeah, and Chilwell 150.
Oh my God.
155.
Kepa's earning less than like Pulisic.
Yeah.
Oh my. Yo, Rudiger.
Christian Pulisic 150.
Rudiger must be
quarters on 120, man.
Fam, I'm surprised Rudiger just don't go walking around Cobham just dashing shit all day, every day, fam.
See, this is the thing. And Antonio Rudiger is 28, so he's looking for the final payday.
My God.
That's why I'm worried.
If I'm him, I'm asking for 200k minimum.
Bro, this is what I said.
Double my wages, bro.
Minimum 200,000 or else I'm out of here. And I don't think Chelsea's going to give him that. I don't think Chelsea's going to give him that.
I think they will, surely. Because Tuchel wants to keep him, and now everyone understands just how important he is to this team, at least for now, whilst he's 28, 29. So, yeah, I think he'll get that one remaining deal. And then if there's interest in a year or two from now, and the club decide to sell him, we get money. I think they'll offer him a deal.
But the thing, Younes,
less than Danny Drinkwater.
Younes, listen to this as well.
Oh no!
From January, because he is on his last year, right? From January, he can start negotiating a pre-contract with other clubs, and if he's going for a free, he can get a lot more money. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So Real Madrid can give him more than 200,000. PSG can give him more than 200,000.
Give him $1 million.
Bayern Munich can give him more than 200,000.
That's why it's in his favor to do what he's doing, because he has all the cards in this poker game. He holds all the chips, every single one, last one of them. He's on the form of his life. He's one of the best defenders this year, if not the best. I'm being kind by saying one of the best, because really he's probably been the best in 2021. Yeah. You have to put him up there with probably the best defender in the world. Him and Christensen, and maybe Diaz. And then he's earning that. Like, he is a legitimate starter in our team, like a out and out, no rotation, no questions asked. On that position, he is a starter.
The manager wants him badly. Tuchel wants it. So he, as you said, all chips are with him.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So,
like I said, that's why I've never had any frustration that he hasn't signed yet. Like, personally, he's playing the game exactly how I would play it. If I was earning less than Danny Drink Vodka, I would be sitting there with my hands crossed, just like, yo, you better show me the money, because otherwise I'm not doing shit here. Because at this point, he's achieved a lot at Chelsea. He's won the Champions League. So, he hasn't won the Premier League, but he could easily take himself to Real Madrid, or take it. Real Madrid next season are probably going to have Pogba, probably Mbappe, potentially earning Haaland, Camavinga. So Real Madrid are no slouches next year. If he does go there for a free, he's going to earn more money. And he's going to play for one of the most prestigious clubs the most prestigious club in world football. And he's going to get way more money than he's earning right now. Right now, he is earning chump change. For someone of his ability, he's earning chump change. Like the fact that Hudson-Odoi, Pulisic, rotational players, Danny Drinkwater, these guys are earning more than him. Kepa, again, backup goalkeeper. Like, I know that's not how it was meant to be for these guys, but that is what it is. And Rudiger is only dealing with the facts. He's not dealing with hypotheticals and potentials. Oh, well, I understand Kepa's making more money than me because he was meant to be first choice. Okay, but he's not. He's on the bench. And I'm playing, working my arse off, defending for my life, grabbing up people's necks for you lot, defending the badge. Forget the past and all the stuff that's happened prior. We're talking about Rudiger right now. He's dealing with the facts of now. And right now, he is putting in the work, and people that are sitting on the bench are earning more money than him. People that are in the under 20, people that are on loan to Reading are earning more money than him.
Insane, bro.
So he has every right to play the game. Do you know what I mean? This is business. Businessmen doing business. Yeah. So whether they agree or they don't agree, I'm good with any outcome that happens, because at the end of the day, he deserves to have his P's run to his account. Do you know what I mean? He's owed a lot of money.
Minimum, he's going to ask for at least what Chilwell's on.
Yeah.
Chilwell hasn't even started this season. And, he's got immense competition with Alonso at the moment. I'm sure he'll come back. But 190K per week for Ben Chilwell, when he's been fantastic. Rudiger will at least demand that. But then here's the other issue, boys. What do you think is going to happen if Chelsea does agree on that? People like Azpilicueta will be like, well, I'm the club captain. What's going on here? Do you know what I mean?
I think Aspi will be fine, because his role will probably be diminished over the next few years anyway. But
and Christensen's one is coming to a conclusion as well. That's positive, but that's about
Christensen's going to get a new deal as well.
So, in terms of new contracts, I think those are the ones for now.
For what Mason Mount is doing, Mason Mount's earning half of what some people, and he do you know what I mean? Again, but the thing is with Mason Mount is being pretty underpaid as well here. Mendy is, let's not even talk about that.
I'm not sure if Mason Mount's actually on a bit more now. I think he's hit 100. I think Mason Mount is on 100 now, because he did sign that new 5-year deal, didn't he?
Okay, right. But
if I'm not mistaken.
With who is it that was, just scroll up a little bit? Is it Rudiger? This is the point.
Rowan's on 91.
Yeah, I'm quite I'm quite shocked to see that Ben Chilwell's on 190. Like, because he's only just signed for the club. How did they Ben Chilwell? Cool. been a very good signing. But how does he start on 190 as a left back?
Lampard,
How?
man.
Like
Lampard
seriously, because
Lampard wanted him bad.
Because I don't know what he was on at Leicester, but he definitely wasn't on anywhere near that at Leicester. He was dying to join the club.
Players 190.
He was, yeah, but he's a left back, and he was dying to join the club. So how is Ben Chilwell as a left back on 190k a week when he was dying to join? He's on nowhere near that at Leicester. He wasn't on great form when we signed him either. He wasn't the best left back in the Premier League or anything like that. No, nothing like that. How is he on 190 on his first contract? He's going to have to renegotiate. He's definitely going to be in the 200 plus. I'm quite shocked with that negotiation. I thought we was a bit better than that. That negotiation's poor. But yeah, incredible.
Well, we have done great in terms of transfer business, but I think in the coming seasons, we better be careful about the wage situation, because I've got no issues with Rudiger getting paid nearly 200,000 because I feel like we should make him the number one choice. How's someone like Christensen going to feel then? Do you know what I mean? He'll know, because all of these are public. He'll be like, well, I'm the next in line after Thiago Silva. So that's Christensen. Jules Koundé, if we get him in January, how much is he going to ask for? Chalobah, he's an up-and-coming superstar. Fine, he may be okay for the time being, but in a couple of years' time, if he gets game time. So all of these boys, it does matter. Bayern Munich, the reason why we're getting rumored with all these Sane, Coman, and all these XYZ players from them, they've copped 150 million loss apparently during this pandemic. I know we haven't, and we operate our business differently, but these wage situation, they can end up having detrimental effects down the track. So if you're not placing the right amounts for each sort of players, like Chilwell, 190,000, you've now set a precedent.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm so gobsmacked by the 190k. That's quite alarming. When someone told me in a group chat that Chilwell was our third highest paid player, I started laughing. I was like, what do you mean Chilwell is our third highest paid player? He's a left back. And I started, honestly, I was like, that's hilarious. There's no way that's true. And then now that it was actually confirmed, I was like, what? Is he Ashley Cole already? Like, did I miss something? Or what? It's incredible. It's incredible. But let me go through these super chats before we move on. Jamal says, again, Jamal, much appreciated, bro. Such generosity with the super chats. Much love, bro. Really appreciate it. Everybody, round of applause again for Jamal. Really supporting the shows. Show him a lot of love in the chat, man. Show him a lot of love. He says, best Chelsea show on YouTube back again. Love Matisse, Younes, and Miz. Miz, I'm sorry, bro. I haven't had the chance to watch your content. I'm sub to you and I'm super busy, bro. Younes, I haven't watched all your content as much. My G. Big up, Jamal, bro.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Big up, man. Big up. Much love. Really appreciate your support. And you're a mod now as well. So big up the mods as well for running the chat. Like I said, I got slow mode on, so hopefully it hasn't been chaotic today. Eddie says, have you guys seen Koundé lately? The kid looks depressed. Fam, I heard about Koundé being angry with that bald brother who runs Seville. I'm not going to say his name. He doesn't deserve it.
Oh, sorry.
He doesn't deserve to have his name said out loud anymore. That brother was moving through Gazy, man. How are you going to agree a verbal agreement with us? Be like, screw it. I'm not really asked. This is change your opinion. But look, I wouldn't be surprised. You had the opportunity to join the European champions. You were that close to the point where you picked up your shit, took all your belongings with you when you left the train. We've heard that way too many times in London. Like, that's actually become something that's just ingrained.
It has, isn't it? Yeah, man. Yeah.
Please mind
take
that.
all your belongings.
Oh, yeah.
No?
Bloody hell. Because if you don't, like, it's a whole scare and shit and it's mad. Koundé takes all his shit, packs up his toothbrush, packs up, you know what I mean? All of his clothes, everything, takes it to Paris, sits down in the airport and waits. And he's just waiting for his flight to whatever random airport we want to throw him to outside London, which PYS can track, yeah? Any one of them ones. And just never comes up on the screen. Delayed. And he's just sitting there like, I don't think I'm going anywhere, bro. He's looking at his agent like, and there's just flights.
Is there a flight?
Flights back to Seville. Oh, they're just coming up. It's on time. That brother's got to go with his tail between his legs back where he came. It's just like, it's unfortunate. So I wouldn't be surprised, man. Listen, this is, as Tuchel said, who wouldn't want to join? Do you know what I mean? Who really wouldn't want to join right now? We are European champions. Hopefully we go back in for him in January. You hate to see a depressed brother out there in France with all that ability, just sad, blue in the face, waiting. Do you know what I mean? Let's bring him home where he belongs, but he's going to have to survive. So it's of no surprise, Eddie, that he's feeling this way. Jamal, really appreciate it again, bro. Matisse and Younes, I got your streams and videos saved on a playlist with your names titled Streams Missed. I will watch them on playback. Miz will do for you too. This brother's a king. We may have a new GOAT. Yeah, one of the GOATs, because I can't just be Turf and Victor like that. But we may have a new GOAT. We may have another GOAT in the building. Incredible. Much like
you got competition, Victor, bro.
We might have another GOAT, bro. You know when Messi was kicking ball and then Ronaldo was just at Sporting Lisbon, like, oh, hold up a second, yeah, I'm here. That's Jamal right now. Jamal's kicking ball at Sporting Lisbon, like seeing Messi do things for Barca, and he's like, no, hold on a second, I'm here too. Yeah, I'm here too. Villan says, I'm worried with the options available at left side centre back. Personally, I'm not worried. We have a matching fee on Mark Gurhey if he does well. We have Levi Colwell in the ranks. We have money. We also have money.
We have money.
We also have money.
Yes. If we need a player, Marino, we need a left centre back. Say no more.
But there is a lack of cover at left side centre back in the first team, I must say. Trevor has played there though at Lorient, so do not be surprised if you see Trevor. Don't be surprised if you see Trevor Chalobah play out there and do well. You know, he's played there for Lorient. He's a baller, very good on the ball, and he's got experience in that position. So don't be surprised if you do see him over there. It does make me uncomfortable that we don't have a proper left-sided centre back who's left-footed. That's why I was so gung-ho on Mark Gurhey, because he's basically both-footed. But things happen. I'm not a fan of Malong Sarr. Don't think he's going to make it. Profit player, in my opinion. And Mbayamba and all these other guys, they're way down the food chain in terms of their development. So, yeah, it is what it is, people. But don't worry. Just focus on this season. And next season, we'll deal with that when it comes. Do you know what I mean? There's no point pre-planning for Rudiger and all these things because we don't know what's going to happen. He could stay. He could go. You know what I mean? He could be in the middle. He could just be a free agent. And you know what I mean? He could do whatever he wants. So we'll see what happens there.
We'll take it season by season. For now, we're covered. For this season,
So if you're a Chelsea fan, you always take it season by season. Planning for anything more is terrible. Imagine this time last year, we was under Frank Lampard preparing in a 4-3-3 with attacking eights, and we was looking for a lone DM. And I was talking about, well, if Jorginho, let me just paint a picture of where we was last year. So this time last year, we was on form. We was near the top of the table with Frankie Lampard, Super Frankie, right? And we're playing 4-3-3, attacking eights. And I was thinking to myself, well, if Jorginho is not going to be used correctly, there's no point wasting him. So maybe we should just get rid. I love Jorginho. I'm a massive Jorginho fan. Always backed him. Love the guy. But Lampard doesn't really know how to use him. And he's exposing him because he's making the team really open. And Jorginho is not an open guy. He's not open. Like, he's not going to want to play, you know, in huge, wide spaces. Yeah. So maybe we should get rid. And Kante's really injury prone and he keeps picking up these niggles. Maybe if this continues, we're going to have to talk about that. And maybe Declan Rice, maybe he's going to bring him in as the lone DM. Imagine all the thoughts that were going on last year. So how the hell do you want me to talk about next year with all that shit that just happened? For all I know, Tuchel could be sacked. Van Gaal can come in and play his defensive football.
Van Gaal will come in.
Louis Van Gaal's army. How do I know? How do I know that's not going to happen? How? Like, you don't know that. So what's the point? There's no point talking about this. There's absolutely no point. I'm living game by game, season by season. Don't talk to me about next year. Don't talk to me. Anything could happen. Anything. There's no point talking about it.
It's true. And it's nice to see the club, I think, have acknowledged that by giving Tuchel initially that 18-month deal with an option of an extension for a year. Yeah. And then they triggered that, I think, or got something done. But it's still very short term. I think the club have had enough of giving out compensation fees to managers. We've done too much.
I think for some we may even be still paying. I don't know if the Kante fee is still being paid. Do you know what I mean?
I wouldn't be surprised if we're paying David Moyes and Alan Pardew and they didn't even manage us.
Just in case, Matisse. Just in case.
Yeah, I mean, I know you manage Newcastle, but here's a couple quid. And David Moyes, here's a couple quid for you too. I would not be surprised, honestly, with this club. Like, we are so charitable when it comes to compensation. In fact, I wouldn't mind a bit of compensation. I wouldn't mind getting a job and getting sacked one day in and I can get compensation. And no problem. No problem. I'm more than happy. I can be Pulisic's dietitian or something. I don't know. We can go gym together.
Super Frankie getting compensation as well? Frankie must be. Super Frankie must be.
Sacked. Yeah, he's got to be.
But Super Frankie, when was his contract expiring? I think Super Frankie's contract was expiring last season, but then he had the option of a third. I think that's what
really?
It was. Yeah, I think so.
So you got like a few months pay and then that's it.
I think so. I think that's what happened with Super Frank.
Unlucky Frank.
Well, he's fine anyway. He's got his dog. He's looking.
He's got his dog. He'll be okay.
As long as you got your dog, you're all good in these streets. Byline, again, so much support. Thank you so much for the super chats, bro. Really appreciate it. Opinions on Saul, permanent or others? I mean, it all depends on performance. If Saul Niguez has good performance and he plays well, much like Mateo Kovacic, there's no reason why we shouldn't be making it permanent, why we shouldn't be keeping him, and why we shouldn't be, pursuing with him, because he knows the team at that point. He's had a good season. He's got the chemistry, the understanding. He's got good core values about him with the work ethic playing under Diego Simeone. He's technical, etc. So there's no reason not to make it permanent as long as the fee is right. But that's on the basis that he plays well. If not, the other long-term targets at this point. I mean, Younes, Miz, I guess you're the same. If he does do well, would you like to see him rewarded, or have you got someone in your head that is just... I'm not going to lie, there is one guy, but I'll let you guys talk first. There's one guy that I am hooked on, and I think Miz is smiling because he knows.
I think it might be the same.
Bellingham.
As me.
Jude Bellingham. Bellingham.
That's one. I'm hooked on him as well, big time. A lot of people get annoyed when we talk about, I don't want to full discuss about Kante, because people get really annoyed about that, and they start thinking negatively that I want Kante out. No. There's a serious issue with N'Golo Kante. We need to think about the future, that I think he's not going to be able to play, 2 games a week. Sometimes not even 1 game a week. I don't even know what Kante's status is at the moment for Aston Villa. I've got no idea what the situation is, whether he's back or not. So there's that. Saul, as you said, Matisse, I think based on performance, if he does well and if he can show that he can bring something to the team, 100%, he'll probably be kept on. But we do need to think about the future. I know Billy Gilmour is probably going to be one that's going to get penciled in. For me, he comes as closest to a Jorginho replacement. I can't see a single player in our squad right now that can do what Jorginho does. I think all of them can do bits and pieces. Kovacic can do bits and pieces. Saul probably can do a bit of bits and pieces of that. But Saul said that he's a box-to-box. Kante definitely can't do what Jorginho does. And I don't think anyone wants to see him do that, because that's not the best spot for him. But Jude Bellingham is the one that I'm super, super excited. Next season, I know people are talking about Rice, but oh my days, Jude Bellingham, defensively supreme, going forward, supreme, box-to-box, basically. I said it the other day in my tweet.
The English Essien.
The
English Essien.
Exactly, and it's as close as it can come for me in regards to N'Golo Kante. Not defensively, but at least attacking wise, Jude Bellingham will provide a bit more. So that's my idea, man.
Yeah, man, I agree. I think, to be honest, the feeling that I get, and it's mad because we haven't actually seen Saul play, but I'm quite confident Tuchel will get the best out of Saul. I think he'll rejuvenate him. And then come the end of the season, I think we'll probably trigger that permanent deal. Much like we did for Kovacic, I just don't see how he'll play really well. And then we'll go, okay, see you later. Back to Atletico you go. I don't see that happening. I think we'll probably end up signing. But in the long run, there are a few question marks that we have to be honest with ourselves about, including N'Golo Kante. Is Kante going to, remain fit? Is he going to last? I'd like to think in terms of the way that he is as a player. I'd want to say yes, because he looks after himself. He's, very explosive for a little guy, even at, approaching 30 and whatnot, but, he is 30. The thing is, if the injuries are going to start becoming recurring, then there's a problem. We've got to think about that. If they stop, like we've had this little issue now, if that's the last one of the season, all right, cool. Great. That's fantastic.
But it won't be though. Let's be real.
This is the thing. Yeah, this is the thing. We have to be real. There's also the Jorginho situation. His agent keeps talking. and I don't like it.
Yeah.
Let me talk. Let me talk. Shut up.
But you know what,
spoken enough.
You know? He entertained the whole idea of if Italy win the World Cup, he'll go back home and leave. Take the conversation away. I got a door. 1 second.
Oh, no problem. But you know what is with Jorginho's agent? I don't even listen to him anymore. No, I honestly don't listen to anything. I see Jorginho's agent. I should move on with my life. I don't care. It doesn't bother me because it's not affecting Jorginho's performances. So.
Exactly. I'm in the same boat. I don't pay too much attention to what Jorginho's agent has to say. He's been saying that for a very long time. Jorginho, on the other side, has always said, I'm focused. We're only getting started with Thomas Tuchel. But I do want to say one thing, though. I won't be surprised if Jorginho does leave in a couple of seasons' time. I think
to go back to Italy, back to his home. Yeah.
I'm not going to be surprised, and I'm not going to hate him for it. I'm not going to slander him. I can see how much Italy means to him. I can see how much it means to him. He's absolutely focused on Chelsea. He's absolutely those tears last season. I will never forget. In the Champions League semi-finals against Real Madrid how he broke down. Final how he broke down. I will never forget that. So I will never ever say that he doesn't have Chelsea's best interest. He does. Yeah. But I do think Jorginho is probably only here for another 2 more years, and then he will. Jorginho's 29, so he's another. And
there's nothing wrong with actually him moving on in a couple of years because
that's fine.
By that point, I would have hoped. By that point, I would have hoped Billy Gilmour's development would have been of the level where he can step in for a Jorginho and take that mantle. That's the whole point of developing someone like a Gilmour, chasing someone like a Bellingham, if you're chasing him, or Tchouameni or Rice. If you're going after these young players, at some point, they do need to take over from the older ones. I've been bringing up Kante's fitness issues on this channel for well over a year. Oh, actually, no, I've only been on this channel since November, so it's not possible to be over a year. But yeah, since I've come onto this channel, I've been bringing up Kante's fitness issues, and people that are like very, very sensitive around Kante, speaking about Kante, they take it as a negative when it's just clearly what I'm seeing. Yes, he's a great player. He's world class. He's unbelievable. However, he's picking up injuries. That is obvious. And he wasn't picking up these injuries a few years ago. So something has changed. At Leicester, he wasn't picking up injuries. At Chelsea's title winning season, he wasn't picking up injuries. It is very clear. Yeah, it's very clear that with age, his body is breaking down a little bit. Yeah. He's still able to perform, but it just means that we need to look after him. As I keep saying with Kante, we need to look after him. I've been screaming it for over a year, which is sometimes why I've rotated him out of my teams. And people are like, oh, how can you not start Kante? You got an agenda. No, it's because if you keep playing him, he's going to get injured. He needs breaks. This is a man who's, if you're talking about a car, this is the most used car in football. The mileage on this car is ridiculous. The running that he gets through, he covers 2 people. That's the saying. So you can't expect a human being to do all of that mileage and it not to come back on them at some point. At some point, there's going to be a rebuttal. There's going to be some sort of consequence for that. And the consequence is injuries and niggles. So if we want these niggles and injuries to stop, one thing we would hope is that he would retire from France, because that would help. I must say, I don't see that happening. But with all these players that obviously Pulisic is far too young for this conversation, but you know, he's won a World Cup. At some point, you'd hope that maybe he has an early retirement for France. That would help from a Chelsea perspective. If not, we have to rotate him out and not play him in the games that are not needed. You know, the games that are not huge for us that we can get by. Because I've always said this team should be able to play without Kante, because every other team in world football don't have him. So you should be able to play without him. You shouldn't have to play with Kante to win games. Obviously, he's incredible, so it's a massive help if you do have him on the pitch. But just because he's not playing, it doesn't mean we can't win matches. So we should be able to look after him and not play him every single game. Alex says, big up, will getting Rice help Tuchel play 4-3-3? I don't get this obsession with moving to 4-3-3. I'm so happy with this formation. I've said it from the get-go. And I love 4-3-3. When Sarri was playing it, I've always said 4-3-3 with possession was my favorite formation. That's because the last time I seen 3 at the back, we played sufferable. But I with as much as I'm a huge admirer of 4-3-3, Barcelona, Sarri, etc., I don't want to see it because I'm happy with this formation. I don't get the obsession to move formation. Why fix something that's not broken? That's what I don't get. We play good football. We score goals. We defend. Why are we changing it?
The other thing is, well, Matisse, we really need to, I don't know how many times we're going to say this. We've said it plenty of times this channel. I've said it plenty of time on my channel. people, nearly 500 of you guys are here. First of all, smash the like button. Get those likes up to over 500, man. That's fraudulent activity. To be honest, that it's not up to close to 500. Secondly, you do need to forget about these formation, guys. Forget about these 4-3. There are instances even now, and we've demonstrated many a times, the right wing back becomes a right winger, which then essentially creates a 4. Mason Mount drops into midfield. Ziyech drops into midfield, essentially creating a 4-3-3 anyway. So we do see that it's not about the formation. It's about the style, the structure, with and without the ball. How do you want to attack an opposition? How? Yeah. Through their right side, through their left side, through the center. Forget about the 4-3-3. Because if you picture as a fan that's how a football team operates for the whole 90 minutes, 4-3-3, and that's what they do. They don't do that.
This formation 4-3-3 doesn't even suit most of the players. That's what I don't get the obsession. Like, we're getting Declan Rice apparently to change formation to suit who? Declan Rice at West Ham plays in a pivot next to Souček. Rudiger has had his best form in a back three. Christensen has had his best form in a back three. Azpilicueta has shown his best form in title-winning seasons in a back three or left back, but he's not going to play left back in the modern game. Reece James has adapted to wing back. Chilwell's adapted. Jorginho has been brilliant in the pivot with extra help in there. Kante is better in a pivot. His best football in his career has been in a pivot, in a 2, not in a 3 as a lone DM. And when you play him in a 3 in the 3-man midfield, you know he gets a bit far forward and then he doesn't give you the attacking impetus that you need. Werner does not suit a 4-3-3 because he needs to be a second striker. We've seen under Lampard, he's not a left winger. Yeah. So he needs to be tucked in to play the second striker role to be a bit closer to the forward. 3 at the back, 3-4-3 or 3-5-2 allows you to play 2 up front. So that suits Werner. Lukaku can play that. He's just come from a 3 at the back system playing 2 up front. Kai Havertz doesn't suit a 4-3-3. He's not a winger. You're going to play him right wing, or do you want him in the middle of the pitch, operating centrally? Mason Mount, 4-3-3 does suit him. There's very few players that actually suit the new formation that we all have in our heads to switch to. So I personally don't understand where we're going. I don't even know why we're trying to switch to a formation when most of the players don't suit the formation.
And if you are going to say, but Man City plays a 4-3-3, Liverpool plays a 4-3-3. Literally look at Man City with the ball. It's not even 4-3-3. It's literally 2 centre-backs, ball-playing centre-backs, then a holding defender, and everyone else. You've got the full-backs shifted as far as possible. Sometimes they tuck in and become part of the midfield. You will never get the 4-3-3. It's never what you think. It's just for the paper. Liverpool, the same thing. Their playmaker is Trent Alexander-Arnold. With the ball, Trent Alexander-Arnold is literally
basically a right winger
at times.
Or a 10,
He's a right winger or a 10.
Yeah.
There's plenty of times. Trent Alexander-Arnold's last assist
was literally in central position. Yeah.
In central
outside
position.
the right boot, kind of like a passing behind.
So what formation would you say that? Oh, that was a 4-3-3 from Liverpool. No, it wasn't.
But they don't even have the same type of team as us. Do you know what I mean? Like, they have a very clear centre-back combination. Yeah. Why would we go from something that is so solid defensively in the 3 to switch to a 4, and then you got question marks over Rudiger, question marks over Christensen? Not saying they can't play in the 4, but they're so good in the 3. Why change that? They're so happy. They've just won We've just won the Champions League in this formation. Where are we going? Where are you running to? Where are you running to? Where are you going? Where are you running? Why are you running? Why are you running? I don't understand. What is this obsession with playing this formation when we've just won the Champions League with 3 at the back?
Did we just see Younes's mum or something in the back?
I don't know. Valen says, missed the show. Thank God there was troops in AFTV. Listen, well, it's a weekly show, to be fair. So we actually didn't nothing. This show is still we didn't. This show is still planned on. You still got the normal dosage of this show. Opinions on Edu saying there is no target. To be honest, this is all you can eat Chelsea. So there is a ban on talking about other clubs. But very quickly, I will say it's just, again, everything with that club is just embarrassing at this point. There's not really much to allude on. You know, there's not really much of an opinion to form apart from just pure embarrassment for that football club. You know, how are you going to have no achievements and no standards, no targets for the season? That just goes to show now that you are a clear mid-table club with no ambition and are not striving to be anything better than mid-table. I mean, your signings
deserve to be relegated.
Yeah,
you deserve to be relegated.
Your signings reflect that. Your recruitment reflects that. Your manager appointment reflects that. Your board reflects that. Everything reflects it. So
some of your players don't want to play for you.
Yeah. So it's just normal. It's just a normal day at Arsenal. My eyebrows wasn't raised when I seen that. Normal day at Arsenal.
I can't wait. I know, obviously, we're all going to watch Chelsea, Aston Villa. Of course, we need to watch that. There's no doubt about that. We're Chelsea fans. One game I do want to watch, though, this weekend, and I could care less about Arsenal games. Norwich, Billy Gilmore. I would love Billy Gilmore
to dunk.
Norwich to just give Arsenal yet another L and leave them hanging last on the table. Because I feel like, Matisse, if they get another L here...
Yeah. Oh, it'd be brilliant.
I think proper relegation. I know they're probably going to sack Arteta and bring someone, but even then, I think there will be proper relegation battlers from there on. four play, like 4 games, 4 losses. If that... I don't know how you get out of that. Like that, then you're stuck in the mud badly.
Yeah. I would love to see it personally. Every single defeat brings me joy. But I must say it is embarrassing at this point. Like there's nothing more to say with Arsenal. There's nothing more that can surprise me with this football club. They are doing just exactly what mid-table clubs do right now, and just across the board. Nah, bro, I'd rather take Basuma than Bellingham. Interesting. I'm a big fan of Basuma, but personally, I would lean towards Bellingham. I think just because of the ceiling, the potential that he's got is just ridiculous. Do you know what I mean? Like, I would just lean towards Bellingham, and also because of the midfield that we have. Obviously, everybody in our midfield currently is in that late 20s, early 30s range, in their prime, which is great. But then we're looking to the future, the next gen. You know, Bellingham would be for me one of the guys to keep an eye on. You know,
I mean,
and I'd be comfortable with him in a pivot.
He honestly gives me proper, and I know this is a long shot still, because this player who I'm about to name is legendary player. Like he probably gives me Yaya Toure vibes. Like he could potentially, man. Those robust runs that Yaya Toure made for Man City, the Barcelona days, but specifically Man City. Deep from midfield, driving the ball in and scoring, bustling defenders away, defensively, unbelievable, aerial threat, the lot, vision,
free kicks,
passing,
everything,
everything, Yaya. I feel like Bellingham has that ceiling, man. He does. If we can get someone like him, it'd be
incredible. I'd be happy with him. I'd be happy with Tchouaméni. Any of these guys that we've been looking at, I'd be happy with. But Bellingham is definitely a very special player. And I'm sure he's friends with, some of the team because obviously he's English. So
Reece James, he's doing a lot of props with Reece James.
Yeah, he has. So you got that extra factor for the vibes. Appreciate the super chat, Ahmed. Thank you so much, bro. I mean, what should we move on to next, Miz? What else has been going on? Obviously, Rudiger's contract. We spoke about that.
Let's talk about Aston Villa, bro.
Let's talk about Aston Villa.
Yeah, let's talk about Aston Villa.
How are you feeling going into that game? Are you confident? Because Aston Villa is a good team. I think Martinez and Buendia are missing, though, aren't they? From Argentina,
that's big, bro. That's big. Martinez, for them in the goalkeeping position, I don't even know who their secondary goalkeeper is. It doesn't really even matter because Martinez is
Martinez. Yeah, exactly. There's nobody coming close.
Probably one of the best in the Premier League. Yeah. If not, probably one of the best in the world at the moment, Martinez. Another one of those blunders from Arsenal. I can't believe it. But yeah, Martinez is not going to be playing. Buendia is one of the playmakers, and he scored, I believe, in the last game. So he was slowly getting back into it. So he's not going to be there. And this is going to be a bit of... And I don't know if Tyrone Mings is around either because he didn't play last game for Aston Villa. Whether that's injury or not, I'm not really sure. We do need to check up on what's going on there. I'm confident. You look at our squad depth, even if we do have rotation in this upcoming weekend, because I feel like we will, there's no way you're going to be able to play Mason Mount.
I think Mason could do with a rest.
Yeah, I mean, Mason's played 3 games, Matisse. He's played 3 games. So Ziyech is fit, so maybe give Ziyech, Ziyech is fresh.
I'd love to see Ziyech start, yeah.
So Ziyech can get an opportunity. Chalobah probably get an opportunity as well because Azpilicueta has played 3 games as well. But then there is the factor of Reece James being suspended thanks to Anthony Taylor.
Of course, yes. I forgot all about that. So potentially this is maybe where Hudson-Odoi comes into the picture at right wing back as well, maybe, because we're at home.
If Cho doesn't start, I'd be like,
what is going on?
What's the point? Like at this moment, I just want to say, what's the point? So Cho, I hope Callum Hudson-Odoi has impressed during this international break.
That's the thing, isn't it? Him and Ziyech have had that time to be extra closely working with Tuchel because everybody else has gone to international. So if that hasn't played into his, if that hasn't been a positive and that hasn't played into him actually getting more game time, then that's a problem, isn't it? You'd be quite worried if he hasn't been able to take advantage of that period.
100%. I would have then just said to him, mate, you should have gone to internationals. Should have just played England under 23s or whatever there is, or unless he's planning to play for. Is it Ghana that he's willing to play for?
Ghana was the link.
Yeah, so maybe he is looking to play for Ghana. I don't know. Saul's another player that Matisse I'm really looking forward to because he should be fresh. He's played for Atletico Madrid. It's not like he hasn't played this season, so he should be ready to go. Our depth for Aston Villa is too much. Yeah. But I do want to say something though. They've been bogey team for us. No one's been picking up on this. Yeah. Last season under Frank Lampard, we got away with a 1-1 draw when they came back. Yeah. Can't remember who scored. I think Jack Grealish scored for them. It was that injury that Christensen had. So that was that. And then obviously they beat us in the final day of the season.
Yeah.
Season before that as well, I think we might have beaten them season before that. But last season, a draw and a loss. So we need to make sure these are the games we have to win. I'm confident, man. I'm confident that we should get the job done. Hopefully Romelu Lukaku starts. We should be all right.
People don't like Hudson-Odoi at right wing back, and I understand it. I would much prefer him at left wing as well. However, when you look at the minutes accumulated by Hudson-Odoi in the last 17, 16, 15 games, it is poor for someone of his situation if he's trying to develop and etc. etc. Now, I have to ask you a question, Marvo. Would you prefer to play Azpilicueta at right wing back at home to Aston Villa, or would you prefer Hudson-Odoi? Because Reece James is not available. So this is where the problem lies now. Yes, we want to see Hudson-Odoi at left wing, but then that means Azpilicueta is starting at right wing back. So are you sacrificing part of the team to get another part? Is it worth the sacrifice? This is what you need to balance in your head, because who else is going to play there, really? At home to Aston Villa, who else is going to play at right wing back? You don't really have a choice unless you're going to go extra defensive over there, lose that threat on the right-hand side, that attacking threat, just to get more threat on the left wing, when you could really get threat on the left wing and threat on the right wing back spot, and just play Ziyech, Havertz and Lukaku potentially as a front three. So you've got 3 attacking players there, and then you've got another one on the right side. I wouldn't want to see Trevor Chalobah play there, in my opinion. I haven't seen Trevor Chalobah play right wing back before. That's not something. I know he scored a goal, but nah, I'm not trying to see that personally. No, he's been playing centre back.
Right wing backs got to attack as a right winger. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Trevor Chalobah is not a right winger. He's going to have to overlap. He's going to have to pump in those crosses. He's going to have to find runs sometimes behind when Lukaku drops deep. He's got to attack that space just behind Lukaku the way Reece James did against Arsenal, scored that goal. Can you picture Chalobah doing that kind of stuff? I personally can't. Chalobah is great where he is as an RCB. He still has a lot of work to do as in the RCB, or if it's in a defensive midfield, or whether it be as an LCB. So, Matisse, you're right, man. Look, I can't picture Callum getting a chance as a left winger. There's just too many options up front, Matisse, man. It's just, he's so far down the pecking order, it's not even funny.
Yeah. Pulisic's got a knock, and even if he didn't, I'm not a fan of him at right wing back at all. I'm really not. I can't trust him to do that job defensively at all. It's not for me. Absolutely not for me. Saw it a few times in pre-season. Didn't really like it. We got exposed down that side quite a bit when he played there. So yeah, I'm not a fan of that at all. I mean, Younes, we just moved on to talking about the
boys
upcoming, and obviously Reece James is suspended, which I completely forgot about. Miz reminded me really well there, which means the right wing back spot is up for grabs. Obviously, we spoke about potentially rotating or resting players as well. A lot of people in the chat don't want to see Hudson-Odoi at right wing back because obviously left wing, that's where we want to see him. To be honest, the best chance of Hudson-Odoi playing left wing this season was for Dortmund. Do you know what I mean? If I'm being honest, that was your best hope. So as soon as the window closed, your dreams of left wing should have closed with it. I mean, would you prefer to see Hudson-Odoi at left wing in this game and Azpilicueta at right wing back, or would you prefer to see Hudson-Odoi at right wing back and just someone else at left wing? Because it's weird, isn't it? You're kind of like juggling.
It's a weird one.
Yeah,
it's a weird one because we know the preferred side is the left. The right is where he's more commonly used. So it's a tough one. I personally don't see him playing on the left. As much as I think it would be good for him, and I would probably want him to do that because it's his preferred side. But I don't think Tuchel will put him there. I just don't know why, especially with Chilwell, Alonso, those guys there. I don't see it happening.
Do you know who we needed?
Who?
Do you know who we needed? Yeah, for games like this, who was a natural right wing back for free. Tino Livramento. I'm an asshole and I'm not going to be shying away from it. All season long, you're going to get little moments like that where I just remind you of what I said before the window shut when everybody was dropping their fucking trousers for Adama Traore or whatever the hell his name is. I told you there was going to be moments where we look at this brother sigh in the comments. He's just like, for fuck's sake. Not this again. I'm not gonna go on a rant. I'm just saying there's a slot here that clearly needs vacating, and everybody's like, well, I wish we just had a right wing back, right? I mean, if we just had someone that played this position, we wouldn't have to throw Hudson-Odoi out there. Maybe we could just move him into the left wing position because we wouldn't need him to play there. We'd have someone attacking that could play there. Well. But anyway, we move on.
Lucky we got a buyback clause on that one.
Yeah, man. Honestly,
a very expensive one.
Honestly, it's times like this where I just get angry about the situation.
40 million.
Oh, okay, fair.
Yeah,
fair.
Yeah.
40 million to buy back our own play.
Someone said we're no longer eating. I'm eating on the show. What are you talking about? I'm eating. I've been eating.
I'm still waiting on lunch. Give it a little bit and I'll have lunch proper.
I'm already done with dinner.
And he's already had dinner.
It's because we're all in different. Well, actually, no. Me and Younes are not in different time zones. We're literally in the same.
There's a time zone difference between a few miles
down
away?
the road.
Down the road.
Yeah, but you know what, Younes?
Probably a mile away.
Matisse operates in different time zones, though. He's up like at 3 a.m., 4 a.m.
And the roundabout.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not even the roundabout. Just
he's a star.
Matisse being Matisse. Do you know what I mean? Like, when everyone should be sleeping at your end of the world.
Yeah.
I don't know what this brother's doing.
Just making sure that Australia is okay.
He's protecting Australia. He's the guardian angel.
He lets us know how Australia is. And when we wake up, we get the message.
Oh, man, honestly. But it is what it is. Ahmad said, would a follow back on Twitter be possible? Dutch Kiddo. I've never heard of that. What's that? At Dutch Kiddo. Okay. I'll type it in. I'll check it out.
Matisse, do you want to just ask this guy? And I've always wanted to know this.
Yes,
Why
please.
Is it important? Why is it important for a follow back? Ahmed Sheikh, I literally want to know because I'll follow you if you can actually sell me why it's important.
Yeah, that's
a good point. Wolf of Wall Street now, isn't it? Sell me this pen.
Yeah,
sell me this pen.
I see a lot of people asking, "Can I get a follow back? Can I get a follow?" Why is it important? Like, why is my follow back to you important? Like, I really need to understand this.
Sell it
to me, Ahmed. And sell it to Matisse because this
sell it to me because right now there's not much on your account. There's not too much here. There's only 2 polls up. You've only tweeted 20 times. What the hell? Listen, this is very critical for me, right? And I'm going to be completely honest with you guys when it comes to this kind of stuff. On social media, with my account, whether it's Instagram or Twitter, when I started the account, I didn't start the account to try and become this, whatever you want to call it, YouTuber. I just started the account because first of all, Back Chat was on, if you've heard of that show. And I wanted to just chat shit about that. But then after that, Chelsea. So I only joined football Twitter in like 2019. But I just came on to talk about football. And I'd follow the accounts that are putting out content, whether it be opinions, videos, threads. Like you've got to be putting out content for people to follow you. I've always said this. If you don't put out any content, nobody's going to follow. You got to be putting out content. Now, if you don't put out content and I follow you because you wanted me to follow you, and then you don't put out anything, or you just put out like just garbage, I'll have to mute you because I need to look through my timeline for like news and shit so I can talk about it on the channel. So all that's going to happen, and I've spoken about this with Miz before, all that's going to happen, and this is why I never ask anyone to follow me. I never, like throughout my whole time, and me and Miz kind of like rose up on Twitter together. At no point did I ever ask anyone for a follow back. You want to know why? Because if they do it just because you asked, not because they like you, not because they've seen your content, they'll just mute you if the content's not good. And then what happens is that anytime you try to communicate with them, they've muted you. So now you've gone from having to follow, but they can't see anything that you do, to not having to follow and being able to communicate. So I only follow people that I can see as content. So it's actually like, it's good because I can follow back everybody. I can follow 5,000 people. Then my timeline's trash. And I'm not seeing...
You'll be John Cena.
Yeah, I'll be John Cena. Do you know what I mean? I'm not seeing nothing on my timeline. No, I'm not seeing no news. I'm not seeing no information that I need to see. I'm not following the content that I need to see, that I want to see. Everybody's following the content they want to follow. You got to put out content, people. That's the key here. For growth on Twitter, you got to put out content. I
want to put a couple of cents on this one. Matisse is bang on. The whole reason, and I'm sure this is what Younes does as well, the people we follow is the people that we feel that we need to know the news from them, or we like their content, or XYZ. They entertain us. If there's a certain instance, as Matisse said, that we'll follow someone and they literally tweet out trash and they retweet trash, they don't even do anything.
Yeah.
I've done it several times. A lot of my follows that I have mute.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to see that in my timeline. I really don't. So
one person asked me to follow them back. I follow them back, and then they're retweeting porn.
I don't want
I have to unfollow you or mute you. Like, what do you want me to do here? Like, you need to create content for the people that you want to take notice of it. I'm gonna follow it though, because it does look like you're gonna start something on this account. But you got to put out stuff. Do you know what I mean? You got to put stuff out. But it looks like you're about to create something. So
now here's the thing, though. It's not that we've never helped out. Younes has helped out several times. God, he's helped me out. Matisse has helped me out. Matisse has helped others out. I've helped many out. Like many. Literally, I'll give you an example, guys. One of these, Ryan, who does a lot of the stuff on my channel in terms of tactical stuff. Ryan had 0 followers. And he DM'd me with his first thread maybe 6-7 months ago. And I took the time, because I saw the initial first page of the thread, and I'm like, okay, that's interesting. Let me click on it. And I read through, and I'm like, whoa, this guy is proper good. And I took the chance to then retweet every single one of his threads from there on. And now Ryan's sitting, and it's not just me now, many other people retweet him. Ryan's got over 5,000 followers. And literally six months ago, he started off with 0. So it's not like we don't help. I've helped several people on my channel. But
you've got to work. You got to work for it. You can't. There's no free handouts in the world. Like the amount of work that we've put in to get to this point, you've got to be willing to work. If you don't work for it, then you're not going to have it. It's as simple as that. That's just how it goes in life. You can't just get handouts. So I want you guys, if you want to build something, fantastic. But actually put the work in to build it as well. Don't just expect people to just spoon feed you shit, because it doesn't happen. Do you know what I mean? It does not happen. That would be the equivalent of me saying, oh, why don't I have 86,000 subscribers like Younes, when Younes has been on this platform for ages, grinding, second channel, working. I've only been here for a year. Like, you have to work. So work, and then, do you know what I mean? Show me what you're doing then, but actually you do the work first. We was back onto Villa. When it comes to the starting 11, I think Football Style was asking for a starting 11. I've seen it a few times in the chat, bro, but at the same time, there's no press conference. So we don't know who's fit, who's available. I don't like doing this before the press conference. It's pointless. That's why I don't do previews on Thursdays. I do previews on Fridays, because after the press conference. So there's no point really me giving my team, because I'm just gonna have to change it. And I only want to really give you one team, so there's no point. We need to see who's available, who's fit, but just brushing on it lightly before we go, Younes, just anything that you are worried about going into the Villa game. Obviously, they got a few players missing. We said about Buendia and Martinez, but apart from that, how are you feeling?
It's big for them. That's massive for them. The fact that they're missing those sort of lads, big lads, especially the main goalkeeper, new signing, it's massive. So that should give us an advantage. For us in terms of that department, we've only got Thiago Silva that's threatened, but apart from that, we're fine. In terms of injuries, everything else should be okay. I'm hoping. Lukaku, fingers crossed. Kante, fingers crossed. If we do, honestly, we should win, especially at home. It's at the Bridge. We should be beating. I'm not expecting a battering. No way. Villa are a good side. Can't underestimate them. But I'm expecting a decent result. And even on the off chance, if Kante can't feature, there's going to be other players there. I think we might, maybe Tuchel will decide to rest a few of the lads that performed pretty much every single international game. Maybe. So we might have a little bit of rotation. I expect Saul to probably feature, if I'm honest. But apart from that, I still think we'll have a strong team. I still think we'll be good enough and hopefully get 3 points.
Eddie says, do you guys, this is a good way to end, I guess. Obviously, shout out to Christiansen as well, who had a really good international break, kept clean sheets as well. I forgot to mention him. And Brozier as well, scored goals as well. On the international break, I seen Miz put up a tweet on that one as well. So shout out to him. They had very good international breaks. Eddie says, did you guys see Roman's Vision 2030 plan? This was an article from Simon Johnson, wasn't it? Was it for the Athletic? I haven't even read this. How did this come about? Yeah.
What is this?
Basically, what that article, I read it the other day. Roman wants to have a team for the future where there is a lot of players that are coming from the academy, and then whatever is the necessity, like the talents that are not found in the academy, obviously go out there and spend big and get world-class talents for those spots. So no more sort of, hopefully the indication is that no more, your Danny Drinkwaters and your Zappacosta's and all of that kind of stuff. There will hopefully be a lot more integration from the academy, but the best of the best. Not everyone's going to get handouts from the academy either. The best of the best will make it through amongst heavy competition, and then whatever the other positions will go to the market. And the whole vision is that should then make us sustainable to be able to win silverware on a regular basis. So financially sustainable and hopefully silverwares as well.
Yeah. It's an interesting one because obviously we've sold a lot of talent this summer, but there is a lot of clauses on them to bring them back. So it just, maybe it's different to obviously loaning them out where they just keep coming back every summer and then they go to a new club and it's kind of like stop, start. The loan could be shit. The club might not be invested in actually improving them because they know they're going to have to send them back. Whereas if you sell them, I'm actually starting to, the more I look at it, the more I'm in favor of this. You sell them, you put a buyback, that club now uses them because they've purchased them. So they've paid for them. So they have a vested interest to use them. And they're also going to be rewarded with a lot more money to enhance their whole squad if they do reach the level for that player where we actually want them back. So it's kind of like it works for everyone. Yeah, we have to pay to get them back. We have to pay more. But at the end of the day, they're going to be developed. Probably the chances of them being developed to the level we want them to get to in the first place is higher because the club actually care about their development. Whereas if we just keep loaning them, the likelihood that all these players are just going to fall through the cracks and not actually reach their potential is higher because the loans are just, they could be good, they could be shit. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit. That's literally how all these loans are going. So yeah, I mean, I've just seen that Tino Andrin's been given the number 10 shirt. This is way old, but he got the number 10 shirt at Moscow as well. And he was convinced by Ralph Rangnick, which is huge to go over there. So that's just another one. I mean, Younes, what about you? Do you kind of agree with that? For me, as long as it doesn't stop success, then I'm
It's a good model. Does that qualify as the Roman 2030 vision in terms of having academy players if they go elsewhere sold, and then brought back, does that still qualify as the 5 or 6 lads? That
it would do. Yeah, I'd say as long as they're from the academy, isn't it?
Okay. In that case, yeah, it works. I mean, look, Lukaku is a prime example of that right now in terms of if he does bang, Tammy will probably be the next one, and so forth. There's loads of buybacks that have been put in. I don't think that's an accident. It's probably intentional. Probably Roman starting to steer towards that sort of vision. So, yeah, we'll see. But it's definitely a good one in terms of getting the best out of the players rather than sending them off to Vitesse. To have a loan spell just to get football. It's a good thing. So, yeah, in the long run, that will probably work out. And I think financially, we're in a position where we can actually do that. So, yeah, I think it works.
And you know what? The talent continues in Cobham in terms of Levi Colwell, Mbemba, Broha. Who else do we have? That's Martin is still there and thereabouts.
Yeah, it's just loads, isn't it?
It's just loads of players still. Do you know what I mean? What's his name? Who had a very Dujon Sterling, who's gone to a loan this season to Blackpool.
Where did he go?
Blackpool, I think. So he's hopefully another player that, because he had a fairly strong start to the preseason. Yeah, and he looked half decent to me as well. I think Tuchel was impressed with him. So if he can go out and do well against with Blackpool, yeah, man, it's a fantastic model. Sustainability, basically. What Roman's trying to do is that he doesn't want to have to spend 300 million, 400 million every transfer window to keep refreshing the team.
We'll let Arsenal do that.
We'll let Arsenal do that. Look at our window, this one. We were in net positive, like unbelievable after getting Lukaku. And this could be how it is, hopefully, for more seasons to come, where we'll have all these academy players that we're just going to keep pumping into the market.
Yeah.
Keep the best ones, put buyout clauses where we need to.
And then sell the rest.
And then buy the one superstar that we need. Yep. Maybe a Jude Bellingham next summer.
Yeah.
So yeah, Roman's just basically making us sustainable so that, one day when Roman does leave, if he does, I hope he never does, but if he does, or when he does, that Chelsea will have a structure that they can maintain.
Yeah.
And he'll sell the club for like 10 billion because it'll be worth that much.
Yeah.
I hope he just gives it to his son or something. I mean,
it's going to be a sad day, man.
Well, it's going to turn into a royalty. Gonna have a Russian king at Stamford Bridge.
Yeah, we need to just keep it in the family, man.
By the way, that is going to be a sad day, isn't it?
It's going to be an awful day. Can you imagine?
I feel teary already. I feel like tears coming out right now.
It's going to be a mad day. Before we go, people are asking, will Conor Gallagher make it? I've always said it's highly unlikely in my opinion, but we'll see. It's going to be very difficult for him to make it. Very difficult.
Goals are the only way that he's going to make it. If he comes in 10 goals this season, he's already got 2. He's just needs another 8. Yeah. Goals are the only difference maker. I've said it many times. I think he's got everything that everyone else has.
Yeah.
One of the key things that he could bring to our midfield.
I think he knows that as well.
Yeah, he knows. He knows that if he can bang in goals on a regular basis from midfield, that's something we don't have, and that's the difference maker.
Yeah, I think he knows he needs goals. Yeah,
let's head over to Selhurst scouting. Make sure we tell Conor himself.
We need to, we should because I mean, it's been a difficult start for Palace with their defense, Mark Gurley and Anderson at centre back. But I do think they'll once they get their foothold in the Premier, like just with under Vieira, I think they'll start to get up some decent results. But Gallagher, he got some good goals the last game week, but. I think Miz is right. And I think he knows that. That's probably why he's got himself amongst the goals so early, because he knows you can go into Palace's midfield and pass it about and be an engine, win tackles, interceptions, get a couple of goals, get a couple of assists, but that's not going to stand out. You need to go there and show what type of midfielder you are, not just to be a busy bee and do everything to a good level and be the jack of all trades. You need to be the master of something now. So you need to go there and show what type of midfielder you are. And if that is a goal-getting midfielder, then you need to go and get goals. It's the only thing that really, like you said, stands out in our midfield. If you go and get goals, then we know what you're bringing when you get back. But if you don't get goals, then there's nothing that you're bringing that we don't already have. So I think it's going to be incredibly difficult. I don't think it's likely, but I think it's more likely that he gets built up to a decent level and then gets sold for a decent price. But we'll see what happens. Probably sold with a buyback or something like that. That's about it, people. Anyway, we've kind of spoken about everything. Gone in all types of different directions. Miz, bro, let them know where to find you. Any content coming out?
Yeah, the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen, getting closer and closer to 8,000. So let's try and help out on that particular matter. I've got a stream that I've got to set up very soon. So probably in about half an hour, 45 minutes. If you want to stick around, we'll talk basically more Chelsea news, Timo Werner, Christian Pulisic, Broha, the lot. So if you want to join in on that, I'll have Ishan, who has been a big part of my channel and recent growth as well. So if you enjoy listening to us, do tune in for that. And then obviously a whole heap of games coming up. Just look out for the reviews, previews, the lot. Yeah.
What about you, Younes, bro? Content coming out, let the people know.
It's a busy time. I think for September, the remaining 3 weeks of September, we got 6 games. So, previews, reviews, watch-alongs are going to be pumping out like a flipping factory. Yeah, it's going to be crazy. So, that's where all the focus is going to be. Obviously, anything happens in the football world, I'll make sure to give my opinion on that in general as well. So, that's where the focus is for now. We just hope Chelsea get through these 6 games, win.
Lovely. Yeah, hopefully, man. I mean, that Liverpool game's still annoying me, but we've moved on now and we're going to try and pick up some more points and really just put ourselves consistently in a position to challenge for this title. As long as we're in and around it, we just need to make sure when at no point do we get cut adrift. I don't want to see any gap exceeding 5 points at any point this season. We need to be up there at all times. From the moment it starts to get to your 8s and your 9s and your 10s, you can basically say that we're not in it. So Younes and Miz's links are in the chat. Make sure you guys go and subscribe. If you haven't at this point and you're a regular viewer, you are doing a madness and it is unacceptable. Smash the likes as well. Subscribe here if you're new as well. And we'll be back tomorrow with another bit of content. I'm not sure exactly what kind of content it's going to be. I can confirm as well, fee agreed, transfer completed, whatever you want to call it. Here we go. Don Robbie, I will be on there on Saturday for... done deal. I've had my confirmation email. I've spoken to who I need to speak to. So that's done. I'm going to be on the Don Robbie channel for the Chelsea versus Aston Villa game. So there won't be a watch along here. The review here as well will probably be delayed until probably the following day. But I might do something in the morning in terms of like a morning stream build up before the game, before I head out to the Don Robbie channel there later on. So there'll be some sort of content going up here on the Saturday. It just won't be watch along or review. And then Sunday I'll probably review the game and look back on it in a different type of way than I usually do, which obviously will be less reactionary, less emotional, more maybe analytical. So we'll find a way, people, to juggle it, but it's just something I want to see how it goes and test it out. I am with Rants as well in the next little while as well. So that's the next thing I'm on. So yeah, big up to everybody. Make sure you subscribe. And we will catch you next week. And hopefully by that time, we've bagged the W. There's no game next midweek, is there? Is there a game next midweek? Is there a game midweek?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Zenit.
Champions League, bro.
Oh,
games,
my God.
Yeah, it's cooking now.
Villa, Zenit, Tottenham, Spurs? I think.
Yeah, Tottenham,
Tottenham, and then Villa, and then City, and then Juve.
Oh, my Lord. Jesus.
Yeah,
this is going to be a madness. I can't wait for it. This is going to be fun. Back in business. See, this is the level of football I am accustomed to. None of that shite that I've been hearing for the last couple of weeks. That's why I don't engage, because this is the level. This is where we are.
This is why we took a break.
This is what we paid for. In a bit, people. Peace.